Okay, today what I have in front of me is what you call income withholding order. Now, with these things, they come from, as you can see, Child Support Enforcement Agency. And what happens is, when this child support is enforced, they send a letter just like this to your job that you're working at. And then what then happens is they take this and they fill it out. As you can see, I got some information crossed out because, that's private information. We're not going to be putting anyone's personal information out there, but I'm just using this as an example. And the job takes this and fills it out, right? But here's where the problem lies when it comes to this. When this form comes to your job, how many of y'all are aware that this form is even coming to your job? And do any of your supervision or whoever's filling this out let you know that this has been received? Because where the fraud comes into play with this is a lot of different reasons. Number one, if child support is so-called court ordered and all this different stuff, then how come where it says it's court ordered that there's no check there? See that? It either comes from the court, attorney, private individual entity. Say check one. This one says Child Support Enforcement Agency. Also, if it does come from a court, see that box right there? That's supposed to be signed by a judge. As you can see, it's blank. It's supposed to be some type of seal from a judge indicating that this thing is enforced. Not only that, as you can see we say obligor social security number. That means they're using your social security number. So who even authorized them to use that? I thought that your social security number was not supposed to be given out, or nobody's supposed to be using it as fraud and everything of that nature. But if that's the case, how can someone go behind your back and use it? If that's the so-called case that nobody's supposed to be using your social security number for any reason. Because from my understanding, that's fraud, right? So this is what we call fraud, people. Child support is fraud. It's been fraud for years. I have a series to these videos. I did a part 1 of this. I did a part 2. And here's part 3, exposing it, the fraud that comes with this stuff. As you can see, it's very much fraudulent. And this stuff is being done behind your back. You have the right to ask about this, to know what's going on. Because whoever's inputting this stuff and they not telling you anything, you have a right to sue them. They're using the social security number, and all this is done without your knowledge. And how many of you got your hands on this from your job? Your job is inputting all this stuff. And again, it's fraud, people. It should not be getting done. And yeah, it's pretty much fraud. It's pretty much so fraud. You have a right to know about this stuff, especially when they're using private information without your knowledge. But that's all I have for you today. This is Child Support Fraud Exposed Part 3. I'm out. Till next time. Peace.